Maori had a significant impact on New Zealand's forests and fauna. Between the 14th and the 19th centuries, Maori reduced New Zealand's forest cover by about half, largely through controlled fires used to clear land for agriculture. 40 species of birds were extinct, and this happened because of habitat destruction, hunting, and competition of species. The land that is protected for Maori is considered wilderness and has laws that protect the area where the Maori live. The traditional practices of the Maori, other than cutting down trees in the earlier years for farmland, are beneficial to the earth and environment. They maintain what is considered globally the sacred balance with their culture and environment. Indigenous people are trying to design a new way of thinking and promoting their own economies through the use of geothermal energy. The number of businesses that are using geothermal energy in the Maori culture is increasing and creating a complex way to conduct business that is beneficial. The Maori are very dedicated to incorporating their values into their business, but the values are not enough to create successful businesses. A plan was written called the Maori Plan that was created to protect the Maori people and include the following. The Maori's aspirations are holistic and cross several domains. Opportunities connect and participate globally. Greater value needed to be placed on Maori culture, and there should be greater opportunities for Maori communities to connect with each other and externally to provide social cohesion. The Maori Party was established in 2004 to represent the rights of the Maori in New Zealand. The party's achievements for the Maori people are numerous. The party founded the Maori Economic Task Force to increase economic opportunity, secured a $1 million economic package for environmental initiatives, and created a yearly fund of $5 million to help Maori health providers develop culturally sensitive programs. The plan was written as a 30-year plan and included the Maori values, which are relationships, autonomy, and leadership, to protect and look after, spirituality and identity and guardianship. These values are divided into 4 domains, which are social, cultural, economic, and environmental. The plan will be revised and tweaked over the 30-year period to meet the needs of the Maori people.
Maori men are overrepresented in dominance violence cases in New Zealand. In recent years, the practices and knowledge of the Maori has changed from the traditions of the past when dominance and violence was not common among Maori people. Relationships are very important to the Maori, and some of the relationships are being affected by the changes taking place in society. Our organizational values have been lifted from our strengths based on the Maori parenting model Tiki Waka Riki. These streams of masculinity and femininity that flow from each one of us. Children are viewed as sacred. Like adults, they have status and power. We need to afford them the same respect as adults. Children need love. They need to be surrounded by adults who are committed to them. Children need a place to stand where they belong. Children need to know who they belong to. Gender roles within the Maori culture are fluid. Maori understandings of gender and sexuality were not binary, they were fluid. Men play an active role in parenting, for example, often assuming the responsibility for raising boy children. We call this gender role nurturing of the warrior. Controversially, women assume the leadership roles in the village life. Both men and women were of chiefly status. Myths and legends position women as forceful and moral and decisive. Currently, the Maori contribute to the conservation of the world's biodiversity. The land that is protected for the Maori is considered the wilderness, and the laws that have protected the area where the Maori live. Traditional practices of the Maori, often than cutting down trees in earlier years for farm, are beneficial to the earth and environment. They maintain what is considered global and sacred balance within their culture and environment. The dental wear and postcranial dimensions of the prehistoric dog of New Zealand are shown to reflect the Maori environment in which it has lived. Nutrition is likely to have been the single most important causation factor in the observed temporal shift. The changes match archaeological evidence for the subsistence moved by the Maori from the large game taxa forward to the marine and aeronautical products. This has suggested there is potential for profitable collaboration between zoologists studying conventional species and the physical anthropologists involved in the analysis of prehistoric human remains. Rongoa Maori is the traditional Maori healing system. This ancient lore included the use of plant massage and incantations, has been passed down through many generations. In traditional Maori, mess and ailments were treated in a holistic manner with spiritual healing, power of karika, menia, tonhu, and the use of herbs. Traditionally, knowledge of Rangoa was considered sacred and passed on to a select few. A person was selected for training by an expert from the House of Learning. For the Maori, before European contact, forms of leprosy and tuberculosis might have only been contagion diseases. Maori had no built-in immunity to diseases like influenza, measles, and fevers that the European contact brought. Traditional Maori recognized pantheon gods and spiritual influences. From the late 1820s, Maori transformed their moral practices, religious lives, and political thinking as they made Christianity their own. By the mid 1840s, probability of a larger proportion of the Maoris than Britons in the UK regularly attended service. The Anglican Church attracted the largest following than the Methodists and the Catholics. Maori Christians often practiced their faith in distinctive Maori ways, and many took the new faith seriously.
Independent Maori Christian movements such as Pai Marir flourished during the wars of the 1860s as disillusionment grew with missionaries, settlers, and government. During the 1850s and 1860s, Maori King movement Christianity provided moral authority for Maori armed resistance to the government. Traditional Maori art was characterized by an integration of form and function. Objects were made to serve a primarily practical or symbolic purpose. They gave a visual form and shape to cultural belief systems and expressed spiritual ideas in natural materials such as wood, stone, bone, and flax. There was a preference for making an object for a single piece of material, which largely determined the form of a sculpture. The effects of European colonization changed the social and political role of the art maker. The function of art changed from a primarily spiritual role to protest against change and assertion of Maori identity and beliefs. The Maori Party was established in 2004 to represent the rights of the Maori in New Zealand. The party's achievements for the Maori people are numerous. The party founded Maori Economic Task Force to increase economic opportunity, secured a multi-million-dollar economic package for environmental initiatives, and created a yearly fund of $5 million to help Maori health providers develop a culturally sensitive programs. Values considered when making laws for the Maori are social, cultural, economic, and environmental in the Maori Plan. The plan was written as a 30-year plan and included the Maori values, which are relationships, autonomy, and leadership, to protect and look after spirituality and identity and guardianship. These values are divided into 4 domains, which are social, cultural, economic, and environmental. The current population of the Maori is 142,767 people. More than half of the population is 24 years or younger. Only 4% of the population is 65 or older. The future of the Maori people is bright.